Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So in today's video, we are going to be introducing you to Google Workspace. So before we talk about the tools, let's understand this. Google Workspace is a collection of online tools created by Google that helps people work, communicate, and stay organized all in one place. Okay, so what was this formerly known as? It was formerly known as, it wasn't called Google Workspace before, so it was formerly known as either G Suite, and before that, it was also known as Google Apps. Just in case you see a job posting and you see something like they're looking for someone who is familiar with G Suite, just know that they're talking about Google Workspace. So if you hear G Suite, it's the same thing, just the old name. So what was it also known as before? It's also known as, in simple terms, it's also known as Google Workspace, but it's also called online office tools or your digital workspace, a business productivity tools. In case you hear any of these terms, they are just talking about this kind of tools, business productivity tools, digital workspace, online office, whatever it is, just know that they're referring to this kind of tools, okay? So especially for virtual assistant, it's basically your main working environment. That is what this is. Google Workspace is your main working environment, okay? If it is what your company uses or your client uses, your client uses Google Workspace, you just know that it is your main working environment. Like I told you guys before, whatever software you're going to work in with depends on the one your client uses. But why we are teaching Google Workspace is that many people uses Google Workspace, okay? And once you have a knowledge of this, you can easily transfer that knowledge to every other types of software that comes your way. So now this is where many beginners get it confused. Using Google tools individually, it is called a free version, and you can use tools like Gmail on their own, Google Docs, Google Drive for free, but with a normal account. But if you use a personal email, that is your name at gmail.com, limited control for teams, not structured for business operations, this is where you know that you are using a free account. It is a personal account. But for businesses, they use Google Workspace. The Google Workspace is that is like the all-in-one system. All of these tools in one place. Okay. So with Google Workspace, everything is connected to one system. You get a professional email address instead of your name at gmail.com. You will get, let's say your business name is Viva or your company name is Viva. You may get John at viva.com. Do you understand? So these are the kind of things you get when you're using Google Workspace as against the free version. Okay, you get a professional business name and even a professional email address instead of it to be like instead of your email address to be like maybe info at viva.com, it will be info at viva at gmail.com. It will now be info at viva.com instead of info at viva.gmail.com. Do you understand? So you are now getting the name of your company in your own address, email, and every other thing. So you can manage a team with Google Workspace. You can manage a team all in one place. You can, files, emails, and tools work together smoothly. Everything is in one place. Unlike when you are using a free account that you can use them separately. Okay. So now let's look at the types. Okay, so just to explain this simple furthermore, think of it like this: using tools separately, buying items one by one is the free version. Okay, when you're like buying these items, Gmail separately and Google Drive separately, although they are free, but just take it as if when you go to a market and you're buying things one after the other, one. Okay, but Google Workspace, take it that when you are buying a complete office setup, okay, everything is in one place. That is what Google Workspace is all about. All of these tools, you access it in one place instead of having it one. So everything is already arranged and works together perfectly. Now, let's look at the main apps in Google Workspace because all these things we are talking about is applications, software applications. Okay, so in Google Workspace, these are the applications you will see. Remember that all these applications are developed by Google. So here are the core tools you use as a virtual assistant. We're talking about Gmail. You find Gmail in a Google Workspace. Gmail is just simply for you to send, receive, and reply to clients' message professionally. You see Google Docs. So Google Docs is an application or a software that is used for writing. You create reports, notes, proposals, and documents. Okay. Now we also have Google Sheets. It is your data tool. It helps to track leads, manage lists, organize data. We're going to be learning about Google Sheets very soon. We are going to learn all of these tools, but the next tool that we're going to be learning is Google Sheets. So we're going to be taking the one after the other to teach and so that you can understand. Just look out for the coming videos. We're going to be teaching them one after the other. Now, the next tool that you find in the Google Workspace is Google Slide. With Google Slide, you presentation to you create slides for meeting or client reports. Okay, just like when you're having a meeting. Remember that if you're working virtually, if you're a remote worker, you're a freelancer, mostly you guys do your meeting online. So with Google Slides, you can have your meeting done. Now, another app here is Google Drive. It is your storage system. You use this to store, organize, and share files. Just like when you have a physical office, you can have shelves that you store your books or your documents or your file in. But in this aspect, our physical shelf is our online shelf is Google Drive, where you can store every file and document that your company works with. Okay. Now let's look at Google Calendar. This is your planner. Google Calendar is another application. It is your planner. Use it to schedule meetings, set reminders, manage daily tasks, and all of that. We are going to learn all of this, okay? So another thing here is Google Meet, your meeting room. This is where you join and host meetings with your clients, with your colleagues, and all of that. Because you're working remotely, most of the things you are doing is online. So this is how you have your meeting. You use Google Meet for your meeting. It's a video conference too. Then we have Google Chat. It's your team chat. Communicate quickly with team members or clients. You can quickly send a message across each other using Google Chat. Another app we have is Google Form. So Google Form is your data collection tools. Use it to create forms for leads, surveys, or client information. Remember when you look some website that when you go on to, they ask you to fill a form and all of that. So that is Google Form that you can use to create such form. Okay, so why does this matter for virtual assistants? You may be wondering, why am I talking about all of this? As a virtual assistant, most clients use Google Workspace, not just the free Gmail or the free version of it. Okay, you'll be added to their system, you manage their files and schedules all inside it. This is why it is very important to you. Most clients will all hire you and add you to their Google Workspace. So it's important that you know all of this and know how to, go about it. Now, bear in mind that the free Google apps like Gmail on their own, the one apps that we have access to has limitation. There's a space, if you exceed 15 gig space given to you, you'll be asked to upgrade. But in the Google Workspace, they have more storage space and everything for Google Workspace packages. Now, how do you sign into with Google Workspace? It makes you look professional, organized, and job ready. So, how do you sign up for Google Workspace? How do you sign up for Google Workspace? It's simple. You can create an account. Just visit googleworkspace.google.com. With this, you just create an account. For you to create an account, you need a business name, a domain name like your business.com. So if you don't have a domain, you can buy a domain from any domain provider, domain name provider. I think you can also buy from Google. Okay, so you need all of this. If your business name is Viva, you get a domain name Viva for it. Okay, so you need this in order to create a Google Workspace. Then there are basic details like your name, the manager, the administrator names, phone number, and your team members that you would like to add, and all of that. So these are some of the details they may be asking you. So let's just summarize this whole of thing. In summary, Google Workspace is a full online office system. It is formerly called G Suite, just in case you see G Suite somewhere, and it is also known as a digital workspace or online office. So the key difference between the free tools is that it is basic and separate, while workspace is connected, professional, and business ready. I hope you understand this. Stay tuned for the next video, because we are going to be learning all of these tools and how we can use it to work for our clients and get paid in foreign currency. Thank you so much. Please do well to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video. See you in our next video. Bye.